Well, how's it going, guys? Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to the New Year's stream. And again, sorry about the delay, but we're obviously back. I'm back. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I got a little busy, hanging out with family and whatnot. So um, I'm back, obviously. Obviously, it is. I did do it a little late, of course. It was actually because yesterday I hung out with family and whatnot. Um, so I kind of I had to reschedule basically for today, which is completely fine. So I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here, but yeah, I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year, of course. Obviously, 2024 has arrived, which is exciting. Um, But yeah, I'm gonna wait for some people obviously to get in here. But yeah, basically we're just gonna talk about just horror movies in general. You know, that's what we're basically gonna do. Um, so yeah, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year, of course. 2024 is here finally. You know, which is crazy that 2024 is here. It's not 2023 no more. Um, which that's really crazy to think about. Um, so yeah, yesterday I just hung out with family and whatnot, and I kind of got a little confused at first because I did forget about the stream because I had scheduled it on for the 31st, but obviously I had to reschedule sadly, because you know I was hanging out with family and whatnot, so I couldn't do it on the day that I was supposed to do it on the 31st, but obviously I hung out with family, so I didn't get a chance to. So I had to basically reschedule, um, which I don't really mind. It is what it is, I guess. I'm here now, so I just wanted to let everyone know. I wanted to give everybody a heads up before I kind of get started here, but yeah. So I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year, happy uh, 2024 is here finally, you know, and yeah, it's a whole new year, which is crazy. Um, so yeah, we're basically just gonna be hanging out for a while, kind of chilling, talking about some horror movies, just talking about movies in general. It doesn't really matter, just as long as we keep it to horror, as you guys know. Um, and try not to get off of it too much. Will be as long as it's horror related, it's okay that we could talk about anything. But anyways, yeah. So 2023 obviously was a pretty good year for the most part. Um, some good movies that came up. Well, I personally haven't seen any movies in 2023 because the only movie that I probably watched was Scream Six. Um, which I didn't get a chance to watch any other films in 2023. But I Scream Six was definitely the only film that I watched in 2023. Uh, I did watch Spider Man, that new Spider Man film. So I only watched really Scream Six and that Spider Man film. That's about it. Didn't get a chance to watch any other films other than that, other than Scream Six and Spider Man. But anyways, yeah, 2023 was a pretty good year, I would say. it went by really fast. And as you guys know, when I started my channel a couple years ago, which a couple years ago I started my channel, started um, my YouTube channel. I started doing like movie reviews and whatnot on here. Before I started talking about like Scream 6 and Scream 7, or it was way before Scream 6 came out, but it was around the time when Scream 2022 was released. I decided to make a channel. So that's crazy that I've had a channel for at least like 2 years now, which everybody basically should, everybody knows that when I started my channel, I was doing basically like gaming and whatnot. Which before I started talking about movies, before I started talking about like horror films, and I did like movie reviews and gaming before. Like I would play like Friday the 13th and whatnot. But if you guys go back and watch my videos, like my old videos, you guys will see like 2 years ago, you can see my first video when I'm basically talking about giving you guys like my review of. I basically show I have a video of me showing my Scream Factory Friday the 13th box set, and I also have a video of me talking about the Scream box set as well, which is crazy. That was 2 years ago when I made that video. So yeah, I used to basically do that, and I used to do a lot of movie reviews, and obviously now I talk about Scream. I talk about all horror movies, all slashers in general. Which I don't really do movie reviews, which I do want to start doing movie reviews in a way, because it is something new, something fresh, and I haven't done it in a while. But you guys already know, and I already showed off my Nightmare on Elm Street, my Halloween, my my Scream box sets, my Child's Play box sets, which those are pretty damn good. Obviously, you guys seen I was basically ranting about the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, like how ugly it looks. Like it just doesn't look creative at all. It just looks boring looking, which I really didn't. I don't really understand like why. I never understood like why like Halloween and Friday the 13th always got basically the better treatment, like I really never understood that. Like I never understood like why that film. Okay, Halloween and Friday the 13th are by far the biggest franchises in horror, probably like in horror. So I mean, I understand all that, but so is Nightmare on Elm Street. So is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's crazy. It's honestly crazy to me that that they decided, the box set to me is just boring looking, as I was saying. The design, even though I'm not a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you guys already know I'm not the biggest Nightmare on Elm Street fan, but I do like the movies and I do appreciate them for what they are, and I mean it is. it is considered to be one of the greatest, franchises. I think. Um, Obviously, the Wes Craven's New Nightmare was a classic. You guys better know. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of people that, including me, like I just never understood like why, like Nightmare on Elm Street, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Child's Play, like all these franchises, right? They don't get as good of a treatment as Halloween and Friday the 13th. I feel. I don't know what it is. It's just like I don't really think that they get the best treatment because Scream Factory, the company Scream Factory, they make obviously the Friday the 13th box sets, and also they made a Halloween one as well with pretty cool designs on it. Which that's kind of my that's kind of my problem with personally with the Nightmare on Elm Street box set and Child's Play. Like it just doesn't look creative at all. Like the designs on there, it doesn't really look that great. Um, Personally, I don't think they look that great. But I mean, a lot of people out there may like it. A lot of people, maybe people out there that hate it. Which I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I certainly don't like it. Like the designs and whatnot. It just doesn't really look. It really does not look great at all. Like it's boring looking, When you look at it, it doesn't compare to like the Friday the 13th box set or the Halloween, which I don't have the Halloween box set, the Scream Factory version, sadly. But I do got all the Halloween movies separately, which the only Halloween movie that I'm trying to get is Halloween Ends, which even though I hate that film, I still want to collect all the Halloween films. So, but I don't have that box set. I don't have the Scream Factory box set or anything like that, sadly. But maybe there'll be a day when I do get it, maybe there will be a day when I do get it, because unfortunately right now it was sold out and I couldn't get it, sadly, because everybody was buying them up like super fast because Scream Factory, they do such a great job. Again, with those box sets, they do such a phenomenal job with those box sets, and I just I love what they do. The designs on them, look really cool. As I was saying, um, it's just the designs, just the artwork. You know what I mean? That they put on the box sets. Like, so that's the reason why I want one and why I want the Scream Factory version. I want the Halloween box set, Scream Factory. Hopefully one day I can. Um, but yeah, sadly it was sold out. So, but at least I have all the movies. Well, not all the movies because I still got to get Halloween Ends. But at least I have all the movies like right now, like at least I collect them all. Other than one film. Other than that, I collect all the movies. Um, Even though I collect them like separately, and I don't have a box set with all of it, all the films in just one box. You know, I'm fine with owning them still like separately. Um, which I don't really mind because there will be a day when I do get that box set. There will be a day. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just the designs on the box sets. that look. They just do such a great job. You know, they do such a phenomenal job with those box sets. Like I don't know like what it is. Again, it's just the design, just the look of, they just do such a great job. Um, if you guys take a look at like the Friday the 13th a box set, obviously I showed you guys that. Um, it's basically got like all the designs on it. You know what I mean? Like it's got basically all the Jasons from every movie on there, and like it's all in one like, it's basically like a painting, like paintings of like every Jason on there, which is pretty damn sick, you know? And I don't know, they just do such a phenomenal job with those. And I hope one day that I can, hopefully one day that I can, get one of those box sets for, the Halloween one, because the Halloween one, looks pretty nice as well. And the reason why it is sold out is because it is nice, and a lot of people like those box sets, and the designs. So, but I'm pretty sure there will be a day when I do get it 100%. Like I think there will be a day when I do get it. But as of right now, I'm sadly I can't, because obviously it's sold out. But yeah, so I don't know what it is, but like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and what's crazy is that I don't even collect any Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, like whatsoever, like, which is kind of crazy. Me being like, because I always talk about how the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films are basically like underrated, like especially like the first one, and then obviously the 2003, and then the 2006, and then the 3D one that came out in 2013, I believe. It was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, which that's another one that I really liked. Which is crazy. I don't collect. I don't collect any of I don't collect any of those movies, like whatsoever, which is crazy to think about because I love those films so much. And for some reason, I just never, you know, bought those movies, like I never bought like a box set or anything, which is crazy. Um, which I'm not a big fan of the 1984. I think it was like the third one or something, or the fourth one, which was kind of weird. I don't know. Like the look of Leatherface in that film was just a little off for me. Um, so I prefer like the look, that was in the remake. That I think that's like the best look of Leatherface, like just because the hair and everything doesn't look ugly like it doesn't look ugly, looks perfect to me. Um, which in the 1980, like I think the second one and the third one, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but it just didn't really look right. Um, didn't really look right to me or anything like that. Like it just looked absolutely stupid and ugly. And I was never really a big fan of the third one or the fourth because again, the look of Leatherface looks kind of weird. But that's just my opinion on that. And then obviously you got obviously the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was not good in my opinion. Absolutely stupid and dumb. But yeah, I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an underrated film. of course. It doesn't get talked about enough. And it's crazy that again I don't have the films. I don't have the films. I don't collect the films at all, which I have I don't have. Okay, these are the movies that I don't have. Okay, I don't have the Leprechaun franchise. I don't have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't have the Hellraiser franchise because I'm just not. I've never been a big fan of the Hellraiser franchise. I've just never been a big fan of it personally because to me, like Pinhead as a character, he kind of reminds me. He kind of reminds me of. He kind of reminds me of a Star Wars character in a way. I really never cared for him. I never cared for the Hellraiser franchise either. Like, along with the Leprechaun franchise, which you guys already know, I never liked that. I never liked really the Leprechaun franchise, like whatsoever. But yeah, so that's basically my opinion on that. Like, I feel like personally, there's people out there, of course, that like those films, and there's people that are diehard fans of those films. But me, I'm not like a fan of it. I'm just not. Like, I've never been a Hellraiser fan, never been a Leprechaun fan, for some reason. The Hellraiser franchise is, again, the character just reminds me too much of, kind of reminds me of a Star Wars character more than anything, It's kind of weird, but that's just my honest opinion on that. I mean, there's a lot of people, of course, that like what they like. There's a lot of people that are diehard fans of it, of course. And yeah, I mean, it's totally fine, and I totally understand like why people. I mean, people like what there's people out there that like that are diehard Leprechaun fans, as I was saying, So I mean, people just got different preferences. Everyone likes, different things. So, but personally for me, it's not my style. It's never really been my style, I never really liked it. I've never really liked it for some reason, I've just never got into it or anything like that because, again, it's just a kind of a weird film for me. But that's just my personal opinion on that. Like, but there is a lot of people out there, of course, that like, that like those kind of films, that like, that like those films. There's people that collect items and whatnot, So yeah, I mean, the Hellraiser franchise, the Hellraiser franchise, the Leprechaun franchise, those two movies alone, I've never really liked, I never really cared for. And also the It franchise as well, which I think like the new It films that came, the newer ones, I don't really care for those at all. Like, I'm more of a fan of the original, like the 1991 or the 1990 original. Like, that's probably like my favorite one with Tim Curry in it. But the other ones, like the newer ones, I just never really cared for them. Like, I never cared like for the voice actor, never cared for like any of like the newer characters for some reason. There are the new actors in it. Like I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So, and as you guys know, I am a fan of the Pennywise. I mean, I'm not like a diehard fan of the Pennywise, the It franchise, or anything like that. But I do um, I do like them. Like I said, like the original one is by far my favorite one. You know, and these newer ones are not even close, in my opinion. Like the newer ones, they're not even close to the original one. In my opinion, like Tim Curry to me is like the best. Is always going to be the best. Pennywise. You know, and sadly we won't be getting him back because of his health issues. He can't walk or anything. He's basically in a wheelchair. Um, so he can't walk. He can't. So he can't walk. He can't do anything. No more. So he won't be able to play. He can't do stunt work no more. Sadly. So we're never gonna see him come back and play, Pennywise or anything like that again because of his health. Again, he's in a wheelchair, but I do like that original. Obviously, that's a masterpiece of the 1990 It film, which that's always going to be my number one favorite over the new ones. Excuse me, guys. I'm kind of yawning, but yeah, I am the new Pennywise film. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not. It's just not my favorite. I don't really like the voice actor. I never really cared for him personally. Um, but that's just my opinion on that. Um, Same with kind of like when the Freddy Krueger, how Robert Englund plays Freddy Krueger and whatnot. Um, how everyone wants him Robert Englund to come back to play him because obviously he is Freddy Krueger. He's the one, like he's the original. So when somebody else plays Freddy Krueger, it's just not really. I don't know. It's just really not the same, personally. Um, but sadly, Robert Englund will not be able to do any stunt work or anything like that because he does have a bad back. He is older now. He's not young no more. So sadly, he will not be able to compete or not compete. Do stunt work. I say compete. Sorry. Stunt work because of his health, his back, and he's already said that many times. Like his health, is really taking a toll on him. At this point, sadly, but hopefully somewhere down the road we do get somebody that's tries to follow his footsteps. Tries to do what he'd want them to do. Um, so that's what I hope. And even though I'm not a fan of that, I'm not a fan of having another actor play Freddy Krueger. It is what it is because again, Robert Englund can't, he can't do that kind of work no more, especially that kind of stunt work with basically a bad back. So yeah, man, he is a good like he's always gonna be a legend. He's always gonna be the best. You know, Freddy Krueger, in my opinion, just like Tim Curry is always gonna be the best, you know, Pennywise. Um, you know, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that we won't be getting those two back. Like we won't be getting Tim Curry back to play Pennywise. We won't be getting it Robert Englund back, you know, to play Freddy Krueger. Um, sadly, because of their health, you know, their health. Obviously, Tim Curry, I don't know what necessarily happened to him, but he is in a wheelchair. Um, the last I knew, he was in a wheelchair, and obviously, he can't really like. Okay, so he could basically like talk. I think still. I think he can talk still, but he's not really. I mean, he's. I don't know what happened personally. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't really know like how like why he got like. Did he get into like some accident? I don't know what happened personally. Um, but he is in a wheelchair basically for the rest of his life, sadly. Um, you know, it's just sad, you know, he won't be able to do like anything, like won't be able to do any stunt work. You know, being in a wheelchair, he can't. Same with um Robert England, you know. Robert England's not a wheelchair, but he does have arthritis and whatnot. And he does have a bad back, you know, because he is older. So and that takes a toll on you after a while. So it's basically unfortunate, you know, that we won't be getting anything like we won't be getting, you know, Robert England back. We won't be getting, you know, Tim Curry back to play Pennywise ever because I'm gonna look it up real fast because I really never like read about like why he's in a wheelchair, but I know he's in a wheelchair and basically he can't really like talk really, you know. So let me look it up. Tim Curry. Oh, okay. So Tim Curry is obviously so Curry has used a wheelchair since having a major stroke. So basically he's in a wheelchair because he had suffered a major stroke that left him in a wheelchair and he was in physical and speech therapy for a while. Even though he went through this hardship, the actor didn't put his career on the back burner and return to work. So that's actually pretty crazy there. Tim Curry obviously is, if you guys don't know, Tim Curry is he's obviously a legend. He's my favorite Pennywise, you know. I always will pick him over the new actor, but yeah, so that's basically what happened, I guess. Like so basically he had like a stroke or something and so this says yeah, he had like Curry has used a wheelchair since having a major stroke. Oh. Yeah, and his speech and all that's not all that great. Like he could still talk, I think, but his speech is just not as great as it used to be. You know, so that's kind of unfortunate, as I was saying. Um, uh, but yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't really remember any other movies that I watched other than obviously Scream 6 and that Spider-Man movie in 2023. Those are the only movies that I watched. Uh, to be completely honest with you, to like, I haven't watched any other movie. Well, there is this movie called uh, Toe or whatever. It's called Toe, and it actually has Kane Hodder in it, and he's a stuntman. Obviously, he's like a killer, but that movie's pretty good. But that movie came out, I would say, in 2022, I believe. So it was obviously before 2023. Um, but yeah, I mean that film was pretty damn good. I suggest you guys. By the way, if you guys don't know what Tubi TV is, I suggest you guys try it out because again, you don't have to pay or anything like that. So you basically, I think you make like an account or something, like a sign in, like password and whatnot. Um, and you're basically able to like watch like free movies, like TV shows and whatnot. Like there's just a whole bunch of like TV shows, like movies on there, and they're basically all like for like all free. Like you don't have to pay any money for it or anything like that. There's a lot of interesting movies on there. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of that Tubi TV, but that's definitely a great. It's definitely a great app, a great movie app. I think personally, it's my personal like favorite. I mean, Netflix, you gotta like pay for like a subscription and whatnot. Whereas where on Tubi TV, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for movies. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for a subscription either. Um, so I don't. Now thinking about it, I don't think that you have to make an account. I don't think you have a sign in or anything like that, or I don't think you have to create like a password or anything. But I do know that the movies on there are 100% for like free on there. Like the TV, there's like TV shows, any TV show that you like, um, you can watch it. Like every movie on there is free. Like you don't have to pay a single dime, like for any of it. So that's basically like the nice part about the app, or that the app is that you don't have to pay for anything like it. Like you can just watch whatever for free. Um, so yeah, I suggest you guys go try that out. That's where I watched that movie Toe with Kane Hodder in it, which is obviously it's a pretty good film. There's many other great films on there as well. Again, yeah, all free movies. You can watch whatever. So yeah, I personally think it's better than Netflix. I mean, Netflix is nice, but Netflix you gotta kind of pay like a subscription and whatnot. You got to create like like an account and like a sign in, and but so I kind of prefer obviously Tubi TV because it's obviously I feel like it's better. I feel like it's a better option. Um, Personally, but that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, nothing against Netflix, of course. I like Netflix, of course, but sorry, guys. So yeah, Tubi TV. Suggest you guys go try that out because again, you can watch any film on there, like legit. You don't have to pay a single dime. For it, like you don't have to pay a single dime. And then obviously you got um and of course you got YouTube TV, which YouTube TV, you don't obviously if you guys don't know what YouTube TV is, it's basically like a cable, basically like cable without like a cable box. Like from Xfinity, you know. It's basically like an app. It's a part of YouTube. Um and you basically could get like all the channels and basically all the channels that want on there. Depends on what subscription you pay, for. But so I got obviously all the channels on there. You could watch any TV show that you like. Obviously, you get all the channels. That's basically how I'm able to watch like all like football games and whatnot. So I don't have to pay for like a box. I feel like it's a lot easier, to just watch TV on there, on YouTube TV because it's just you don't need a box or anything. So that's basically how I watch football. That's how I watch, basically movies and whatnot. Like I do got DVDs, of course, but that's how I watch, football games. I use that, but yeah, I would say it's a pretty good app for sure. I don't know if any of you guys heard of YouTube TV before, but it's definitely a pretty good app. I would say. Um, but you basically like so. Okay, so Tubi TV, you do not need so you don't need a sign in or anything like that. You don't need to make an account. Um, you basically just get the app or whatever on any device, your phone, doesn't matter, your Roku TV, which I have a Roku TV. You just click on it and that's it. You're in. You don't have to create an account. You don't have to, create a password or anything like that. I feel like it's a pretty good app. So I suggest you guys try it out. Personally, it's a great app. You get free movies on there, free TV shows. Um, it's pretty nice. So yeah, any horror. I don't know if they have any like every horror movie on there, but they do get a lot. A lot of good films on there for sure. Um, okay, so what's it say if I want to search movies, right? I don't know if you guys can see my phone, right? It's a little blurry. Sorry, guys. So obviously, this is the like the app. So you're able to like scroll through. Um, and what? Sorry, guys. Yeah, you guys probably can't see, but um, yeah, it's a little blurry, but yeah, you don't have to sign in or anything like that. Well, actually, you do got to sign in. Um, so you basically okay. So you do got to register. So you do got to register and create an account, but the movies are free. Like you don't have to pay anything. As I was saying. Um, so let's just say if I want to put my password and everything in real fast. Um, okay. Okay, and I'm in. So you have to register um, and whatnot, but it's a pretty cool app. Again, you get to watch absolutely any movie that you like. Um, they got a lot of good horror movies on here. So if I go up here to the search bar and search, what's it say? You could put a horror in or whatever, and you basically get a whole bunch of like a big like list. Um, and basically all the movies are free. Like as I was saying, like I'm being like absolutely serious, guys. Like every single movie on here is free. You don't have to pay for a subscription or anything like that. You know, it's completely 100% free on there. 100%. And yeah, it's a really cool app, of course. So it's just there's obviously the Terrifiers on here, Jeepers Creepers, of course. What other movies are on here? So you got Jeepers Creepers, you got obviously what? Let's see here. So you got Jeepers Creepers, the Terrifier. Um, what other ones then? What other ones do I like? Okay, so so you could search like if you want to watch like a slasher or something like that, you could put slasher in the search bar, but there's really not that much that pops up on here. Um, but there is a lot of them, a lot of movies. We'll just say like TV shows, right? Um, we'll see what other TV shows are on here, but you got cartoons and whatnot. I think the Child's Play TV series is on here as well. I'm not 100% on that, but the Child's Play, I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe it's on Netflix because I think I'm mistaken a little bit. It might be on Netflix, but yeah, it's a pretty cool app for sure. Um, Hold up. Okay, so obviously you get Forensic Files, which that's a really good show. Forensic Files is like one of my favorites, of course. And then you got um, Criminal Minds, of course. Ooh, so there's basically like recommended channels on here. There's obviously Mystery, um, Bounce XL, TV1, Crime and Justice, of course. And you got Dateline 24/7. And then you got Forensic Files, which those, man, I like that kind of stuff for sure. I like Forensic Files. It's my one of my favorites. Then obviously you got your usual like news, ABC News on here. You know, you get obviously sports, NFL, NBC. So yeah, I mean, you basically get like most of the you get a lot of the channels for sure. Hey, you get Deal or No Deal. You get Court TV, which Court TV I also like that. I like watching that kind of stuff. That's one of my favorites as well. Like, and then obviously Storm Chasers is like my favorite. My other favorite. I love. I love weather. How's it going, Scott Walker? Happy New Year's to you as well, man. Greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And sorry for the I had to reschedule the stream. I was supposed to do it obviously yesterday or no Sunday. Um, but obviously I was hanging out with family, so I had to cancel. But at least I had to basically reschedule for today. But I had planned on doing it. I planned on doing it like on the 31st, of course. But I sadly wasn't able to. I got busy and whatnot. So with family. Um, but all that matters, I guess, is that I'm here right now. I decided to reschedule, and hey, at least I'm still doing it, right? It's so yeah, I'm basically talking about Tubi TV on I don't know if you've heard of it before, but you basically get like free movies and whatnot on there. Yeah. You get recommended channels. Don't give in to hurt my friend. Screen 7 is still going to happen. Saying in a heart, okay, I know Nev Campbell and Matthew Lillard, aka Steve Marker and Patrick Dempsey will return. Don't give up. Yeah, I definitely hope so, man. Because again, I feel like Nev Campbell is going to come back, but then again, I really don't know. Especially everything that's going on right now, and Matthew Lillard too. I don't really know 100%. A lot of people feel that it's kind of off the table at this point, but I don't really know what to think of it. This whole situation is just crazy. So I don't know what's going on necessarily. I don't know what to expect or anything like that. But I will say this, that I do think that Nev Campbell, well, I had a prediction and I basically said that I think Nev Campbell will be back 100% for this film. But now thinking about it, I really don't know like 100% because everything going on right now, I don't really know. I truly don't know what's going to happen now. Basically, everything going on with, Melissa Barrera, and then obviously the strike, the delay, then obviously Christopher Landon stepping down. I really don't know what's going to happen. All I know, and this is what I believe, I do think that we are going to get a Scream 7, because at first I didn't really think that we were going to get one because everything going on. I didn't really expect us to get another one. I didn't think that we would. I kind of thought they were going to cancel the film because basically everything going on, and but they decided to keep it going. I guess they're they're just pushing it back to 2026. Which I mean I'm not really surprised by that. I mean, 2025 is what I was kind of banking on, but obviously that's not the case as of right now. I think it's going to be pushed back to 2026, more than likely now, because everything going on. Obviously, Christopher Landon stepping down, and I really don't know what to expect. And obviously, Melissa Barrera, that whole situation, you already know my opinion on that. And again, I don't want to get too political or anything, but I do 100% think that she got done dirty, in my honest opinion, but that's just my opinion on that, and that's all I'm really gonna say. I'm not gonna go deep into get political or anything like that, because I'm not a fan of politics. I've never been a fan of politics. Never been a fan of people talking. I've just never really been a fan of it. I don't really want to speculate. I basically got to watch what I say, about certain stuff. Because I really don't. I mean, of course, I have my own opinion about it. Of course. But I'm not going to try. I just don't want to get too political. I'm very happy the writer from Scream 5 and 6 is on board for Scream 7, and I do hope he's the only person that could bring back Stu for Scream 7. He wanted him for Scream 5 and 6. Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people have been saying that, Matthew Lillard has been already basically in talks with, the directors and the writers and whatnot, but because I guess he follows, them on Twitter. So a lot of people look at that, say, that's proof that he's, I guess, a part of the film, secretly, which we don't know 100%, of course. Of course, he's not gonna, say that 100% that he's gonna be in the film, because that's basically giving away the secret. But I do think that he could secretly be in the film, and we just don't know about it. I think that's possible, 100%. Because again, he was following all the directors. He was following basically the Scream. I don't know if you know that there's a Scream page on Twitter. Well, obviously he follows. So he basically follows the directors and the producers and whatnot. So I don't know. A lot of people say that that's proof, that he's in the film. But who really knows? I really hope so. I really hope he is. We'll see what happens. I got a good gut feeling Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega will return for Scream 7. And the twins as well. Just don't give up hope. I believe the Core 4 will return. Yeah, I definitely hope so as well. But sadly, I don't think Melissa Barrera nor Jenna Ortega is going to return at this point. I mean, Melissa Barrera seems kind of upset with the whole situation, basically them firing her over that post. So I'm not really expecting her to be back or anything. I'm not expecting, Jenna Ortega to be back either. But I mean, I guess you never know. But yeah, I personally just don't think she's gonna be back, even though I want her back. I want Jenna Ortega back as well. Um, I just don't think I don't think they're gonna come back because that'd be a little silly unless somebody um unless somebody ended up, let's just say, if the studio offered her, money, like a lot of money and whatnot. That's the only way she would come back, is if she, got offered a certain amount of money to come back. But I just don't really think I personally just don't think she's coming back. I don't think she's going to. She might, but I don't think she's gonna come back. Um, Unless they give her, a good amount of money. I really don't see it, sadly, but there's a big thunderstorm at the moment down here in Melbourne, Australia. My poor dog, all red. He's scared of the storm. I'm trying to keep him calm. I'm talking to you at the same time. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Well, that's bad. Hopefully you guys stay safe, because obviously it's obviously been snowing here. Um, where I live. Yeah, it will be very cool. Battles in Scream 7. We see Sydney battle Ghostface in the thunderstorm. She has them rips off the mask and win. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be really, really cool. As I was saying, I really want Stu to come back. That's basically my main thing. Like, he needs to come back. You know, I think that's really the only way Scream 7 is going to be, saved, is if he comes back. But, and also Nev Campbell, of course. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. I'm very interested to see what they're, what they plan on doing. You know, very interested in that. So, but yeah, I am sadly probably gonna be getting off here a little early tonight, sadly, because I am getting I am getting a little tired already, to be honest with you. Um, but I did want to come on here for a little bit, at least, to kind of hang out, theorize about Scream 7 and whatnot. Which I know we didn't really talk about Scream 7, but yeah, I'm just very interested what they plan on doing for Scream 7. I'm very interested, you know, about I'm just very interested about like what they're gonna do, what their plans are. Um I personally think, this is just my opinion, I truly do believe that, okay, like as I was saying, I think Nev Campbell, I made like I predicted a while back. Well, I made like a prediction, and I said that I think that Nev Campbell is going to come back. Um, but now I don't really know. Even though I do think that it's a possibility that she still will come back, as long as they offer her, enough money. I really don't know what to expect now. Everything going on, but I hope she does come back. I hope, because again, I just don't really, without Nev Campbell, without Matthew Lillard, or just Patrick Dempsey, even I don't think Scream 7 is going to be. It's really not going to be that good, in my opinion. That's really the only way to save it, is to have Nev Campbell come back, and obviously, have some returning characters that also, like from past Scream films, like um, you got Joel the cameraman, you got um, so you got Joel, you got Jennifer Jolie, you got Angelina, Patrick Dempsey, Mark Kincaid, you know, and then obviously Billy Loomis's father, Hank Loomis. Hank Loomis is not dead at all. Either is okay. So Neil Prescott, you heard my theory about him. Um, I really don't know if Neil Prescott is. They said that he's dead or whatever. They said that he died in between Scream 3 and 4, but I really don't know 100%. Like, we don't really know anything about him. And I was kind of thinking that it would be cool if he came back, possibly as a Ghostface killer, possibly as a um, Ghostface killer, possibly as a just a character that just shows up out of nowhere. But my theory was that he's possibly a Ghostface killer, because I came up with an interesting theory that he may not actually be, Sydney's father or something like that. Maybe he's like her stepfather, and it's not her actual, father or anything. It turns out that, it's her stepfather, not her real dad or anything like. And I just thought that would be, I think that would be interesting. That'd be pretty interesting, you know. And it turns out that he's actually a Ghostface killer. Um, I talked about that in a video. I think that's a very interesting, theory, because again, they said that he died in between Scream 3 and 4. So, but they didn't really say how or anything like that. So, You know how to tell my question? He's not screen. Oh yeah, no. Do the cinemas or people dress up in their favorite movie characters when they go to the movies? Not Screen 7 does happen. I'm going to dress up as Ghostface. I hope they will. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, they used to do that before. I think they actually used to do that back in the day when, obviously, when 1996 came out. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get off of here, guys, for a little early tonight. I know I wasn't on here all that long, but you know, I am getting a little sleepy. I do want to get down to, relaxing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little live stream. I know it wasn't like all that long or anything like that, but it is, kind of getting late. And I do, I'm kind of getting down to, in relaxation mode, getting down to, starting to relax. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream tonight. I know, again, it wasn't that long, but I am getting a little tired, to be honest with you. So, anyways, guys, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as always. And I'll see you. I don't know. I'll think about maybe doing a stream maybe in a couple days or so. We could do just another like horror like hangout or something. Um, but yeah, until then, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Get some good rest. Obviously, Happy New Year. Happy New Year as well. As always, I am gonna get off of here because again, I am getting tired and I'm kind of getting down to. I'm starting to kind of want to start. I want to lay down because I do want to relax. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. For those of you that again didn't get to make it, be sure to hit the replay button and obviously hit the like button as always and comment down below. But until next time, y'all, good night, everyone, and Happy New Year.